Starting next year in California, homeowners can sell in-law units in their backyard, religious institutions can build housing on their land, and developers can add more homes along the coast that were once off limits. To add more fuel to the Bay Area's fire, LinkedIn announces significant workforce reduction, and new details have been released for the long-awaited largest development here in the region, and it's all happening right here in the Bay Area. If you don't already know, my name is Roland, your go-to Bay Area real estate source, where I let you know about the latest happenings here in the Bay Area, new development opportunities to take advantage of, and the best deals that you're gonna wanna look out for if you're looking to make a move to or even leave the Bay Area. LinkedIn has announced a significant workforce reduction, cutting nearly 700 jobs as part of an ongoing tech wave layoff that we've seen here in 2023. The positions span across various departments, including engineering, finance, product, and talent. The company is emphasizing a strategic shift, aiming to enhance organizational agility, transparency, and efficiency. Overall, this move impacts over 3% of LinkedIn's workforce, and the decision comes amidst an 8-quarter revenue slowdown for the platform. LinkedIn's parent company, Microsoft, also underwent layoffs earlier this year, and this marks LinkedIn's second major layoff following 716 cuts back in May of this year due to shifting customer behavior and revenue challenges. The tech industry here in the Bay Area has faced a substantial amount of increased layoffs, with over 18,000 positions eliminated just this year as a continuing trend from last year. So I want to hear from you listeners in the comments below. Are you facing any type of job security in your sector, and is it stopping you from wanting to make any major investments here in the Bay Area? I've heard many different conflicting stories, and to put it simply, some residents' jobs are just more secure than others. On to some better news. New details have been released for the long-awaited largest development project here in the region, a several thousand unit mixed housing development in the Naval Weapons Station of Concord, California, which is the largest city in all of Contra Costa County. I've been anxiously awaiting this development project, as this is the 4th time in over a 2-decade span that the city has gone back and forth with different developers and amassed many mixed reviews amongst residents in the Contra Costa County areas. If you don't know, as of right now, Brookfield is the selected developer who has to come up with a term sheet. Now, if Brookfield does continue with their plan, they could bring anywhere from 30 to 60,000 units of housing to Concord, California. This site had operated as a Navy base starting in 1942 as a major supply hub for the military throughout the mid-20th century. The 12,000-acre land officially became unusable by 1999 and officially closed in 2008. And ultimately, this is why many residents don't like the thought of this development going through. They feel that not only would this be a hazardous site to build on, but it would also increase traffic and ultimately overpopulate Concord. The most substantial step going forward for this to even start to break ground is a term sheet that has to be brought to the city by Brookfield Development. And Brookfield fully expects this term sheet to be finalized by January 2024 and wants final approval for this project by 2026. So I will keep you updated on this term sheet as we roll into January of the new year. But in the meantime, if you're looking to make a move and you want to take advantage of all the new construction that's happening in the Bay Area, you have all of my contact info below. If you reach out, I'll provide you with my top 10 list of the new construction companies here in the Bay Area that are offering the most incentive so you can get the best deal going forward. On to our next topic. Mr. Gavin Newsom makes headlines again by signing off on multiple California housing bills, so let's get into it. These sweeping initiatives were among 50 housing bills signed by Gavin Newsom, intended to expedite the state's housing supply as well as protect California tenants even further in a statewide housing crisis. So despite years of legislation, California is still far behind their housing supply goals. Both Newsom and Senator Scott Weiner are looking to streamline housing with SB 423. SB 423, authored by Weiner, extends a law that allows developers to bypass approval processes in cities that are short on housing. The streamlining process allows to cut costs and, of course, streamline housing, which is super needed here in the Bay Area. Next is SB 4, which is Yes in God's Backyard, YIGBY. This would ultimately rezone land owned by religious organizations and nonprofit colleges to help with affordable housing. This would open up over 171,000 acres across the state. So the Yes in God's Backyard measure aims to support affordable housing through religious organizations and nonprofit colleges. Next up is an interesting one. We have AB 1033, which is selling ADUs, or otherwise known as in-law units, in your own backyard. This one is authored by Assembly Member Phil Ting and allows property owners to separately sell their ADUs or accessory dwelling units from their own physical primary property. This is a significant move following the boom in ADU growth that we've seen throughout California, but especially here in the Bay Area. But this law is gonna come with some caveats, such as homeowners having to establish an HOA, otherwise known as a homeowners association, if they so choose to sell their in-law unit or ADU separately from their property. So this won't just be a walk in the park. If you do wanna sell your ADU, it's gonna come with some steps required, but I ultimately believe that this does boost property values as a whole if you do have an ADU or an in-law unit on it. On top of that, this is a per city basis, meaning this isn't just across California. Each city has to opt in if they do want their homeowners to be able to do this. And last but not least, we have AB 12. In a win for renters, the governor also signed AB 12, which ultimately limits landlords to not be able to take a deposit over 1 month's worth of rent. This significant change aims to increase housing affordability and accessibility to, of course, California tenants. And it's pretty much a given that landlords are gonna be up in arms about this one. After all the city-specific requirements that landlords have to adhere to here in the Bay Area, it really just seems like Governor Gavin Newsom is adding more to their plate. So for those landlords that may be just fed up with owning property, not only here in the Bay Area, but California as a whole, it's really not too late to get out. If you need any help and you wanna get into your next investment property, whether that's out of the Bay Area or out of California in general, I have a ton of resources for you. All you have to do is click on the link below, schedule a call with me, and we can see where all your options lie and how you can make your next move. So that's gonna conclude our video for today, but I wanna hear your opinions. Let me know in the comments below. Are you over California? Are you over the Bay Area in general? And before you go, don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you can be alerted on my next Bay Area update. Until then, we'll see you on the next video.